Quilty is brought to you by
Baby Lock. Baby Lock sewing and long arm machines. From piecing to long arming for the love of sewing. Aurifil. Aurifil Italian thread. Perfectly suited for all your quilting projects. Dear Stella. A unique fabric brand with modern style. Fairfield. Together, we can make beautiful things. Hovels Sewing. Cut to the point with Hovels Sewing. Moda. Make something quilty with Moda fabrics. Northcott. Cottons that feel like silk. Omnigrid. Providing quilters with specialty rulers and accessories for over 30 years. Hi everybody, you're watching Quilty. I'm so glad to be with you. As always, my name's Mary Fons, and I'm hoping you'll learn from Quilty every time you watch the show. We are not exactly what you'd call an online class. We kind of are, but today I'm going to talk to you about quilt classes, how to succeed in both online classes and in-person classes, in live classes. And the reason I say we're not exactly an online class, we're an instructional program. We do demos. We give you information like this while you sew, as you approach a project. But there are online classes that you pay for and enroll in. And then you go and take these lessons, and there's subsequent, there are different episodes of the class that lead you to a finished project. They lead you through a project so you have something finished at the end. This is not what we do on Quilty exactly. We give you instructional information that you can then take to your projects. So when I talk about online classes, I'm talking about that kind of thing that we offer on qnntv.com, Shop Fons and Porter. You can go there. I teach a course called A Course in Quilty, Let's Make Patchwork, and you can find that class on my website, maryfons.com, and on Fons and Porter as well. And that is a 4-week course, and so that's what I mean. If you haven't explored the online class options, definitely do. They are amazing, and you can go at your own pace and all that. So today I'm going to do tips on online classes, taking them, how to succeed in them, and tips for taking classes in person and the benefits of each, okay? So if you're taking a class in person, if you've never taken a class, you should. Don't be afraid. Take your sewing machine, go look at your guild, maybe a guild in your area, or certainly a sewing machine dealer. Baby Lock dealers have lots of classes and things. There are teachers who come in, national teachers who come into guilds. Find a class in your area and sign up for it. They're usually not terribly expensive, depending on the class and if it's a 3-hour workshop or an all day. If you go to shows, if you go to quilt conventions or national shows, they have classes pretty much always that you can sign up for and pay for and go. What's great about going to a class in real life, not online, is that you get direct, immediate help from the teacher. This seems obvious, but in the world of digital everything, we can forget how nice it is to be in a classroom and be like, "Excuse me, can you help me with this? I don't know what I did wrong." And the teacher comes along and says, "Yes, this is what you did wrong. I can help you." So you get that help, and that's really the number one benefit of being in a class. And the number 2 benefit, which is right on its heels, is that you get to meet friends. You get to meet other people, talk to each other, make best friends for life. I mean, most of my friends these days are quilters that I've met in classes and in guilds. So you get that. Now, a couple tips for finding success. Be prepared. Either way, for an online class or an in-person class, be prepared. Have everything that the teacher asks you to have ready, because if you don't have your seam ripper, you got to borrow it from someone else. If you didn't bring the right fat quarters, you're kind of stuck unless somebody bails you out. So bring the stuff that you need. Don't monopolize the teacher's time. I teach, okay? So I know sometimes there's a person who kind of monopolizes the time, trying to be nice, and then other students have other questions and I can't get to them because I'm sort of it. But everybody's wonderful and we love everybody, but be aware of that. And then also give the teacher some patience. If she's got a lot of students, a lot of people to get around to, I'm sure she's doing her best job or his best job. So be patient. It's a classroom setting. You should be patient. Respect your classmates. That's just basic kindergarten stuff, but also bringing other projects to class to work on. It's more common than you think. Focus on one thing in the class. Just focus on what you're doing now, okay, in the class, and you'll have success. So think about those things and take a class in person, okay? Now, a few tips for taking online classes. There are tips here too. Once you find the class that you want, really understand what's going to be offered. Don't think, I'm going to make a finished quilt. I'm going to take this class, and by the end of the class, I'll have this project, and I can't wait to finish it. Make sure in the description it tells you that you will have, in theory, a finished quilt by the end of the course. Because if it doesn't say that, like at a course in Quilty, I go through different blocks. I go through patchwork, cutting, all kinds of great stuff. You don't make a quilt in that class. You learn patchwork skills. So make sure you understand what you're getting into and what you're paying for. Okay, because I don't know what the return policy is on some of these things, but you might not be happy if they won't let you return it. Stay motivated, since no one's watching you. No one is in your class looking over to see if you're finished with your block. It's up to you. You buy the class, it's up to you how much you get out of it. So stay motivated, and if they have a comment board or they have, feedback or posting pictures, do it. Get involved and be that student who's using your class wisely. Use sales, use coupons. Most quilt classes, that you'd take at a shop, maybe some of the big box places would offer coupons or sales, but online you're going to find 20% off a class. That's great. Use it. And I guess the other tip for taking classes online and finding success in those is to don't just stay online. Don't isolate yourself. You can take online classes your whole quilting life and never meet anybody in real life, in person, if you don't get out of your room, get out of your sewing studio and go and meet some actual people. Maybe you're really, 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 really shy. Okay, stay at home. But if you have an inkling that you might want to say hi to somebody, then don't just take online classes. Do both. So those are some tips for you. I hope you got some food for thought. And go learn. The more you learn, the more fun you'll have. I promise you that is true when it comes to quilting and pretty much everything else. See you later on Quilty.
Quilty is brought to you by
Baby Lock. Baby Lock sewing and long arm machines. From piecing to long arming for the love of sewing. Aurifil. Aurifil Italian thread. Perfectly suited for all your quilting projects. Dear Stella. A unique fabric brand with modern style. Fairfield. Together, we can make beautiful things. Hovels Sewing. Cut to the point with Hovels Sewing. Moda. Make something quilty with Moda fabrics. Northcott. Cottons that feel like silk. Omnigrid. Providing quilters with specialty rulers and accessories for over 30 years.